Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Missed you all yesterday because I had a bit of a mail thing to do, so I thought I'd just do it all in one hit and make a big one. Another day home, had some sleep yesterday, so that was pretty good. Very happy about that. Got to see my little buddy Jack, he's asleep now. And there's a bit in the news, there's a bit to get through. But we might do the unboxings last, yeah? Yeah, now I've got some new things that I've talked to you about. We'll do them last. We'll go through the news first and we'll go from there. Rightio. Trump, the ambassador for the US for the European Union, Gordon Sonland, was in the impeachment inquiry yesterday and basically told them that Donald Trump expressly ordered him and others to pressure the campaign against Ukraine. Quoted words were, "followed President's orders." And he was to work with Giuliani, who's to push Ukraine to get the investigations done against his opponents. So I guess it's disappointing on two things. Rudy Giuliani, I guess most people don't know him, they probably only know him as the mayor in New York. He was there when September 11 came. He did a lot of good things for New York, from an outsider's looking in, I guess. That's from what we know about him, that's really all we know as New York, and from what I knew about him, he'd done a good job. And it appears now he's tarnished that reputation by becoming Trump's, what do you call it, strong arm. I guess he's the guy that goes in and does all the dirty work, which is crazy. I know lawyers, and you see it like on Suits and the TV shows, the lawyers are there to do this sort of thing. They go in and do the dirty work, because bosses now are too scared to do that, they hire lawyers to do it for them. The old days, if you owned a company, if you wanted to go and take over another company, when you'd go and do it yourself. Everyone's too scared to lose their businesses and lose face, I guess, nowadays. Which is very strange. But yeah, so not good for Giuliani's side. It's making him look even worse. And obviously the biggest thing is, like, a US ambassador's not going to go up there and lie about these sort of things. We have multiple people we've had already sit down and talk about how Trump did it. Trump's saying it never happened. It's all a big hoax. I think the evidence is getting clearer and clearer that it wasn't a hoax and that he's just dodgy as hell. So yeah, pretty damning evidence there. Again, it ain't even close to finishing. There's tons more to come through. We're going to hear more and more worse stuff as we go. That was just, I guess, the highlights from yesterday, so we'll keep you in touch with that one. Google and Android. There's a security flaw with your phones. Hackers gained access early in the week, or last week, and were able to get audio, video, and GPS locations from your phone with this hack. Simply got through, and it was a really easy hack for them, apparently. Google's put out a patch already to sort that out. This Android is a little bit slower on the uptake, so please be careful. If you've got anything sensitive going in your phone and that, power it off. It's probably the best bet if you're not using it and you're in a meeting, a work meeting or something that's delicate, or having a conversation with someone that's delicate. It's just not worth the risk. Turn your phone off. It's safe. No power, they can't do nothing. Huawei announces a hacking program to prove security. So basically, big companies like Google, they'll pay people, if you can find flaws in their system, they'll pay you, and I think I've discussed it earlier on in the early part of the vlog, so Google pays big bucks. If you find a major architecture fault in their software, they'll pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars. For little breaches and bits like that, you can make $20,000–$30,000. So if you're pretty good with a computer and you can good at finding problems, it's probably a good little business for you. And then Huawei's come out, which is strange, and a lot of people are sort of taking the piss a bit with Huawei. They're the ones that everyone thinks that Huawei's the ones that should be worried about themselves, because they're the ones that have got the Chinese government in on. That's why they got cut out of the States. So it's strange that they're announcing a hacking program. I guess it's something that's more of a publicity thing, just to say, hey, we want to be open up front. We don't want nothing to do with what's been attached to us in the past. If you can find a problem with us, tell us and we'll give you money even. So pretty good on their part. They do have some great stuff. Whether China's hacking part of it, there's no way of ever knowing. Everyone buys everything off China. How would you know? How really would you know? Way above it, 90% of the population, or 95% of the population's worrying thing. I think if they're going to take it, they'll get it anyway. The Yanks have been on it for years, so I don't think it's any different. Nikon going broke. A few things on the web. They've just released a new 850 out. 850? Yeah, 850 out. They've just announced that. It's still a DSLR. It's a little bit better. It's got a few more functions here and there, but it's nothing too major and change-wise. Not what they could have done. What I think Chelsea and Northrop and that were talking about. They've got a big video up on about Nikon going broke. Basically, 2020 they're going to go into loss. So their camera division, obviously they've got photocopiers and medical and all sorts of other divisions, but their camera division specifically, in 2020 they're going to lose $92 million US. Over the next few years it's going to get worse. From 2010 to 2017 they got rid of 3,000 employees. 7,000 employees. Does not look good. There's more layoffs and less R&D to come. They've announced that already. It was magically worded, so it didn't sound like that, but basically there's going to be sacking more people and they're going to be stopping the money on thing. One positive they do have, they've got $3.8 billion in cash, so they've got a little bit of cash there to make the changes, and I think the talk was basically that they need to adapt a bit of it, not change away from DSLRs. They keep going with the DSLRs but make a high-end model, so like a 40-50 megapixel, the Sony sensor, bring that over, do some other features, in-body stabilization, bring the camera up to like what their competition is, like your Sony AR3 and AR4, bring them up to that level, match them at a DSLR, make it the ultimate DSLR. That'll help sales there. And then on their Z range they need to obviously get that up and match these other guys. And then also like an entry level. One interesting thing about the video I did watch from Chelsea and her husband's video, I can't remember his name, I watch them all the time. That's terrible. But she talked about an entry level option for Nikon, or for Nikon, and that was basically a body, a really lightweight body, no SD cards, inbuilt battery, a cheap basic lens set to suit, little bits, which is basically a phone. And I think I've said it a few times, if you could take and I think surely Apple's looking at it, because it'd be easy for them. You could take an iPhone and put a mount on the back. Obviously middle would be good, it wouldn't really matter actually where, but a middle would be good. And then you can still use your volume buttons and such like that, your volume and minus buttons as your thing. If you could put a mount there, even if it onto the back of the case, make the phone a little thicker. So it's not going to be a top level phone, but it's going to be a phone camera. Or make it just a camera. Why can't Apple make a camera that big? With that case on, that's fairly thick, but if you can build the phone that thick to start with, dustproof, waterproof like the iPhones are, have a mount on there that's weather sealed with a mirrorless sensor in there, and then all you need is a camera company to make the lenses. Nikon, going broke. Perfect chance for Apple, Samsung, Huawei. Hello Huawei. Perfect chance for them to get in with one of these Japanese camera companies that's struggling a bit and build the next generation. Again, it doesn't have to be on every phone, but you can have a phone model. So you've got the what is it, the 11, the 11 Pro, the 11 Pro X. Why can't you have the 11P, or it'll be next year? So the 12P, which is 12 photographer. On the back of the phone, it's thicker. It's got a built-on case. It's fully waterproof, drop-proof, choke-proof. It's got a proper sealed screw-in cover for the mount for the lens. Comes in a little case with your 3 different lenses, your 3 prime lenses, your Hebrew 3 or whatever they call them. So you get a wide angle, a portrait and a telephoto. Comes as a kit, or you buy the phone and then you can buy the lenses or the kit lenses with the box as well. Magic. I think that's my option for them, and as an option, if you're Nikon, you ever watch this, you probably won't, but that's what I think anyway. So like, a lot of camera companies are going the same way, but yeah, next year they're going to drop, in 2020 they're going to drop $92 million. I've already predicted it's going to happen. They're going to lose, and it's going to steadily go down from there. It's not going to bounce back up. They can't see any sort of thing. It's been a steady progression. If you look at the profit loss stats, they had the graphs up, and it doesn't look good for them, and it's not good. We don't want to lose any photographers as such, any sort of camera companies, but adapting to what people use, and we're seeing how much they can charge for a epoxy phone just because it's got 3 lenses, so you can do some photography on the fly. Imagine if you could carry one of these as a phone normally, use it as a phone, but I'm going travelling, I grab my little bag that comes in, I'm probably digressing a little bit, but I had the Pentax Q7, which was a miniature little camera. It was fantastic. It come with 7 lenses as a kit. Most of them I didn't use, but it was a fantastic little camera. It was only 12 megapixel, but did everything I needed to do. And then I upgraded to the Canon M50 because it gives me 4K options and other stuff like that. So being able to do that was pretty darn cool. And I think the next gen is a phone with a lens mount. There's no reason you couldn't do it and have it as a separate option. So if you don't want it, you can have your 3 lenses on your Apple. This is a 10X, this is iPhone X. So you've got your 3 normal 11, and then you've got the other one. On the P, you get rid of that option. It comes a thicker, a different body, solid, robust body with an inbuilt case, like this Element case, and then screw my lens straight onto the front of that. Go out. Oh, phone call. Hang on. Yeah. I'll meet you there. I'm just at the waterfall. I'll be back in 10. Okay. Boom. And they go bang bang straight to Instagram. Don't even have to save to your inbuilt memory in your phone. You can put them onto an email to your agent, to whatever. I think that's the way forward. I can't see it not happening. I've probably said it a dozen times. I think I'm right. I think it's going to happen, whether it's the next or the next. The next or the next, the next, the next. Anyway, moving on. Let's move on. Fishing. I don't get to talk too much about fishing, but Black Friday sales come up. There's a bit coming out. There's a fair bit there. I haven't had to buy too much this year because I've got so much last year. And it hasn't been a lot of changes as such that I need to worry about it for the one trip. But the Diawa Zillion, we all know the Diawa Zillion. It's a fantastic reel, beautiful reel. I had one, I had a beautiful one that I then forward on to sell to buy another one when I bought the Calcutta DC. Really nice reel, gorgeous, great in the hands. Well, they've got the new model, the Diawa Zillion 10, and it's a 10:1 ratio reel. So it's 42 inches on each crank of the reel, 106 centimeters for us guys in Australia. Project 2020, so it should be out next year sometime. It's good. The photos, you'll see it in the thumbnail. There's a G1 spool, in there, so that we all know that's a really lightweight aluminium spool, so casting wise it's going to be a dream. And yeah, it looks really good, so I'll see if I get some more info on that. There's nothing on the Diawa websites as such. They've just got a project 2020 T2020 on YouTube that you can go and watch. Just look that up, just Google that and you'll find it. Look pretty cool, beautiful colours, still got that T-bar system. That was the only thing I didn't like with the Diawa, because of your big knots getting through and jamming up on it and you're hitting it. But other than that, yeah, pretty cool. And then last, on the tech side, new leaks dropped or footage dropped, a couple of renders for the new Samsung Galaxy Fold 2. So we got the Galaxy Fold, then we come out with the Motorola Razr the other day released, and now Samsung 2 Fold, Galaxy Fold 2 they're calling it. That one with the horizontal flip, the same as the Motorola, is out and looks really good. We'll get more stats as we go, and I'll update you once I get some more information, but I thought I'd just throw that out and let you know. I'll chuck a picture in the thumbnail for you to have a quick gander at, but yeah, it's coming and doesn't look too bad. They've obviously adjusted that flex point. It's a lot thicker than the Motorola. It doesn't have any sort of a gap. It's a real square base, so I guess if you chop the iPhone in half and just fold it over, it looks definitely sort of that rectangular square sort of shape. So very cool. Very cool. Righto, let's get through this stuff. We've got some stuff here I need to in a box, which is always good after you come home. And I think this one, I know what this one is. This will be for work, and yep, your beauty, new stock. Oh, PewDiePie. That's the, what is it, Loganberry or whatever they call it. Loganberry G Fuel, nice, thank you. Bahama Mama, I haven't tried that one. Rainbow Sherbet, your beauty. Oh, strawberry shortcake, awesome, love that. That is gold. And a strawberry banana, that's that KSI one. I'm looking for that, I reckon that'll taste nice. Cool, anything else? Stickers? No? No. Discount on Nanoleaf. There you go, Nanoleaf. The wall lights, if you've seen on them, 15% off. Use G Fuel 15. There you go. Get that, and a nice little G Fuel sticker. Thanks G Fuel, I need that for next swing. Right. We'll go leave these two last. I think I know what they are. We'll get through this. Now, I got just some eBay. I'm a big believer in not having to waste heaps of money and just getting what you need and getting it at the right price. And these were like a few bucks. I don't have all the lighting stuff as such that you'd imagine. You can spend thousands of lights on only a beginner and learning, but this is very well packed. Off eBay, I think these cost me like $1 each or something, $2 each, and they're just gels for lights. So they come in a little tube, a plastic tube. That's pretty cool. It's getting tricky to get in here. Oh yeah, oh Huawei, comes on a little stick. That's pretty cool. So just some lighting gels, just like 3 or 4 different colours. It's pretty cool on a little stick to protect it. I'll chuck that back in there. So it's cool. I can get some different colours and stuff when I'm doing my videos, just a little bit of funk. Put over my lights like this one. And come through and just get a little bit of something. I'm not going to get this in there now, am I? After I took it out. I'll work that out later. No. See? eBay, always. Nice little thank you. Can't hurt. This one. What's this one? Oh, sweet. 65 tonne of bubble wrap, must be cheap in China. Ah, neon light for work, for the office, for the background when I do my daily vlogs. Looking forward to this. Again, only cheap, I think this is like $8 or something. Hopefully it's not broken. No. Why would you pay for, they'll probably charge you $30-40 in the shop for this. Okay. It's battery powered. Very cool. That'll be cool. I'll try and get some batteries in it today for the next vlog tomorrow. Nice. Down there. A couple of little ones here. It's like going to the $2 shop. Just get what I need. This is important, this one. This one I've been waiting for a while. So when I do, you've seen me when I do have my lunch breaks at work and I do the vlogs, I'm using my phone for the another day, another vlogs, and it's a pain in the butt. Let me give you a hot tip, pain in the butt to get that to stand up, but now I can, and I'll go on a little Joby Gorilla Pod, so magic. Definitely need that, that's going to be good, and again a couple of bucks, like, I think it was $5, but I just had to wait like 2 months, but it finally came. So that was awesome, stoked about that. That was very much needed. I was balancing it on a box. I had the big clips that you have all your paperwork. I've been jamming that on that because it's got a square bottom, so I could sit the phone there with the anamorphic lens on there, sitting on a box, on an old paper box, just to get to the right height. So it's been something different. Geez, that was quick. Some take 2 months, some super quick. Again, saving money. I wanted a little camera strap. Right, and then these suckers, you can buy the Peak Design one, which is $85, or you can get these. So that basically, these are like a foam strap. Right, and then these little suckers here. And so I'll work out how to get them out. I don't know how to get them out, but yeah, the same one on this for Peak Designs, $80. China, I think $5, and these click onto the side of your camera. So the little hoops click into there, and then those little rounds, which I've got to work out. It's probably really easy. I just haven't worked it out. Oh, there you go. Just push the button in. Okay. So that you collect to your phone and you sit them on your camera, and you just loop them through, double them over themselves, so they hang on your phone and they don't look too bad, something different. And then you just put your camera strap on over the top, like such. Get your camera, you might be taking photos and then you just leave this around your neck, you don't need it on, they stay on the camera, then you come back, just put that in and click it in. And get it right. It should just go straight in. Yeah, there you go, and just click straight back in. So very cool. Again, another couple of bucks. I was looking at one, and James Popsy used one, and it's really good. I just thought, well, for a couple of bucks, it's worth trying. The strap's not real flash, not as good as obviously the Peak Design one, but the system's good, so it's cheap, and that's me. I'm cheap. I can't afford to get that. I don't make no money out of this, so whatever's cheap. Oh, and this will be the light meter, which is going to be good because as I'm landing, I have struggled a little bit getting the lighting right in videos. I think you'll see in some it's not real flash, some are good, so I'm working on that. I'm trying to get some lights, and then this will be able to help me out to make sure I get my settings right. So that's cool. I needed that one. Okay, the fun stuff. I might go with this one because it's... Now, if you haven't seen the 50mm Pentax 50mm 1.4 lens, the manual lens, the vintage one, get over and watch that. I'll chuck a link on the bottom of this one for you so you can get to it. Really cool. And this is pretty lolly from Israel. Probably won't need that one. This came all the way from Israel. The person, yeah, Israel. You can see there from my leg in Israel. If she's watching, thanks. This is, ooh, I don't know what that is, but I'm not throwing anything out. This is the 8-blade, the rare super lens. This is called the Planner Killer. So the Planner, which is one of the most famous lenses, very expensive. You can still get them, but they're thousands of bucks. This was in the hundreds. I had to save up a long time for this. I got this one, and this is the rare, very rare first year of the Super Takamar 50mm 1.4, but an 8-blade, so it really changes up the bokeh. And ooh, there she is. That's in. Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. She's got a CPL on there protected. That's pretty cool. And it's in really, really good nick. That is mint condition. One small little mark there, but nothing to be concerned about. I'll move these out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. No scratches, doesn't look like it. Big bit of glass. Yep, it's definitely on the right side. This is in mint condition. I've got that F-point, the 7-blade, and that's like fantastic condition, but really can't see anything at all wrong with that. Wow. I have scooped the pool. Scooped the pool in a big way. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, everything works sweet. So yeah, very happy about that. Rightio. I'm stoked. That is awesome. What's she giving me here? Might be out. So that's pretty good. It's going to make things tricky because I was going to keep the normal 50, the 7-blade. I'm going to have to test. I'll be testing this out this week, and if it goes well, don't know why I got that. Oh, must be. Oh, like a dust. Something different. Wow, it's different. Like a little range trout. It's pretty cool. Wow. Very cool. Alright, so that's that one. So that's the 8-blade. We've been waiting for that one. That is awesome. I'm very stoked about that. Can't wait to test that little lady out. The Planner Killer, nowhere near the cost, but just as good, if not better, I reckon. So that's going to be awesome. Definitely can't wait to show you or talk to you about that one and give you an update. Right, last but not least, I know what this one is. Rightio, the Sigma. As I said, so yeah, Sigma's brought out this year 3 lenses to suit the M series for Canon, so that's awesome. So we don't know if they're better or not. They've had really good reviews on the other different mounts and systems they've been used on, but it gives us M users, Canon M50, it's just a great option for some high quality glass. I'm assuming that's paperwork. I need to keep that. That's me. So yeah, very excited about this. Free SD card. Thank you very much, Sigma, Gold, or wherever we got it from. So it's I got the 16mm f1.4 DCDN. It's got 67mm filter size. Let's get a look at this puppy. Can't wait. So no more adapters. You can just screw straight onto your camera, which is awesome. Pretty much, I don't mind doing that for my vintage lenses, but I needed an autofocus one. I've been using the 7 Artesians, which is a fantastic lens, but manual. So when I'm doing my video stuff, it doesn't really give me that option. Oh, look at that. Nice. As I said, these have been used, this model of lens have been used for other mounting systems, but they're, from the research I did on it, they're basically nearly the same level as their art lens because of the thing. Look at that big throne opening. Oh, that's nice. Sorry about that. Put the light so you can see what's going on. I don't know if you can see that. Beautiful big glass. So it's got all the mounts, and it'll mount straight onto the front of my M50. Silky smooth. Wow, very nice. Lens cap with it, hood, so pretty happy about that. Can't wait to use that, and I think it's going to make my video look a lot better, having that wide angle. See, it's not art lens, but for the mirrorless side, it pretty much is, and that's what they're pretty much saying. To get that, instead of paying $1,500 for a lens, this is only, I think they're $600 on Sigma. I actually got mine through eBay and saved a packet through a sale, and got it right down. I think it was $450, around $450 with freight free. So it was free postage, not freight free. That sounds terrible. So yeah, awesome. Sigma 16mm 1.4 for the M50 and for the M range. So your new M6 and stuff, you'll be able to get these glass for it. So if you've got one of those cameras or you're an M50 user, definitely worth looking at these. I'll be doing a review on this and chucking it up on the channel. We'll do that this week. Hopefully get some stuff for you, some video and some, because I think that's where it's going to be really useful, and also some shots. And that autofocus, having that autofocus in there is going to be really, really good. And that's about it. Another day. So I got a bit there. I'm excited. Stuff to keep me awake, to do all my editing. Beautiful new lens, which I've been waiting and saved up for a while for. Yeah, a bit of vlogging stuff there for us. Light stuff, so many videos. And then this, the crowning glory, this 8-blade magnificent creature. Very excited about that. And I didn't think it was in as good a condition by the photos as what it is in now I've got in my hands. That is pretty much mint condition, an 8-blade. Wow. Okie doke, that's it from me. I do stitch this together and get it out to you for the daily vlog. Sorry I didn't do one yesterday, but as you see, I had a bit of stuff. I didn't want to try and rush it and try and get it while I was half asleep. I wanted to sort of set it up and do it properly. I'll be seeing you all. I'll try and get this light ready for tomorrow. The LED light, little cactus, gold. Whether you're coming or going, hope you've had a great Wednesday, Thursday. I am lost. Night shift, kills you. Hope you had a good Thursday, Friday tomorrow, the weekend's here. Stay safe, and we'll see you all soon.